श्रीजीव गोसाई दयामय অতি সুচরিত যাঁর শুনে लगी चमत्कार परम पंडित महाशय। जीव गोस्वामी को प्रणाम करके उनका सूचक वर्णन कर रहा है। सूचक मतलब विरह से दुख, यह सूचक। और तामसिक गुण में जो विच्छेद से दुख होता है, ये होता है शोक। ये लोगों का शोक मोह भय ये सब कुछ नहीं है। तो ये लोगों का क्या बोलते हैं, जीव मोर जीवन धन, जीवे मेरा जीवन, जीवे मेरा धन। और उनका परिचय दिया अनुपमेर नंदन श्रीजीव गोसाई दयामय, ए रूप सनातन। और उनका भाई अनुपम, ये तीन भाई का बीच में अनुपम का पुत्र है जीव गोस्वामी। और इनके बारे में बोला श्रीजीव गोसाई दयामय। गोसाई कौन है? वाच वेगम मनसा, क्रोध वेगम, जिह्वा वेगम, उदरमुपस्थ वेगम, एतान वेगन जो विषहित धीरो सर्वान अपि माम। जिनका अंदर में वाक्य वेग नहीं है, मनोवेग नहीं है, क्रोध वेग नहीं है, जीवा वेग नहीं है। जीवा का वेग क्या होता है? अच्छा अच्छा खाने के लिए रुचि। जीवा का वेग होता है गुस्सा होने से लोग को खाली खोटी सुनाना, ये भी जीवा वेग। जीवा वेग से परिमाण ज्यादा खाना। एक ने हमें बोला, ट्रेन में आ रहा था, तब उन्होंने खूब खाने लगा। एक आदमी ने मुझे 100 रुपया दिया था वो फल वगैरह ये करने के लिए। मैंने बोला यहाँ से दिल्ली से ले देगी। वो खरबूजा दिया और रास्ता में अमरूद लिया इलाहाबाद। तो बार बार पूछते हैं, मैं थोड़ा खा लो? बोले जितना मर्जी खाओ। मैंने बोल दिया। अब पुरी में जब पहुंचा तब क्या हुआ, पेट का गड़बड़ हुआ। तो डॉक्टर परीक्षा किया। डॉक्टर परीक्षा करने के बाद क्या बोला, वो ज्यादा एक और खा लिया, डाइजेस्ट हुआ नहीं। तब मैंने बोला तुम ज्यादा खाया? बोलते अब अच्छा लगा इसलिए मैंने खा लिया, मैं खा लिया। तो अच्छा लगने से ही खा लेता हूँ, इसका बोलते हैं जीवा वेग। ये सब जिनका नहीं है ये है गोस्वामी। तो जीव गोस्वामी को बारे में ऐसा बोला, जीव गोसाई, यही गोसाई। गोस्वामी नामधारी गोस्वामी ने अति सुचरित जान सुने लगे चमत्कार परम पंडित महाशय। सुचरित, सुंदर चरित्र जिनका। और क्या है, सुनने से चमत्कृत होता है। परम पंडित महाशय, पंडित किसको बोलता है? पंडित का अर्थ बताया, जो वेद का ऊपर जिनका ज्ञान है, यह है पंडित। और भागवत में बोला पंडित कौन है? पंडितो बंधो मोक्षविद। किसमें बंधन होता है, किसमें बंधन से छुटकारा मिलता है, इस विषय में जिन्होंने अभिज्ञ, यह है पंडित। गृहे थकी अनुक्रम कृष्ण को था आलापन तीर्थ नहीं जाए वृथा। घर में रहे अनुक्षण, अनुक्षण मतलब प्रति मुहूर्त, क्षण क्षण में क्या है? कृष्ण कथा, कृष्ण कथा का बारे में आपस में आलोचना, आलापन। एक तिल का भी टाइम बेकार नहीं बिताता है। वृंदावन दास ठाकुर बोलते हैं, वृथा काल जाए व्यवहार रस से। जो लोग व्यवहार रस में बात करता है, वो है उनका टाइम बेकार जाता है। वृथा काल जाए व्यवहार से। लेकिन इन्होंने एक तिल भी वृथा बताया नहीं, बिताया नहीं। उन्होंने वही करते थे, हर वक्त कृष्ण गुणगान श्रवण कीर्तन में ही व्यस्त थे। अत्यंत उदार चित्त, प्रेमेते सतत मत्त, खनेक न सुने अन्य कथा। चित्त है उदार। उदार मतलब, उदार क्या होता है? उदार होता है जिन्होंने, जिनका चित्त में कोई संकोच नहीं है। भगवत कथा आलापन, भगवत कथा श्रवण में जिनका एक है नहीं, यह है उदार। और किसमें मत रहते हैं? प्रेमे सतत मत, खनेक न सुने अन्य कथा। प्रेम में सतत मत। प्रेम किसको बोलता है? आत्मेन्द्रियो प्रतिवंच तारे बोली काम, कृष्णेन्द्रियो प्रतिवंच धरे प्रेम नाम। प्रेम में मत का मतलब है सब समय में कृष्ण सेवा चेष्टा में व्यस्त रहते थे। और एक क्षण, एक मुहूर्त अन्य को था नहीं। अन्य को था मतलब ग्राम्य वार्ता, जगत का विषय में वार्ता, स्त्री पुरुष संबंधी वार्ता। अल्पकाले हेन गुण ऐश्वर्य नहीं कमौन, सदा चिंते वृंदावन जाइए। ये अल्पकाल में ऐसा गुण उनका ऊपर आ गया, ऐश्वर्य में मन तनिक भी नहीं लगा। इसलिए ये इनका ताऊजी वित्त मंत्री, सनातन गोस्वामी प्रधानमंत्री, और ऐश्वर्य बहुत है, तो इनमें कोई मन नहीं। मन में क्या चिंता करते हैं? वृंदावन। वृंदावन मतलब, वृंदावन किसको बोलता है? जहाँ कृष्ण का विलास स्थल, कृष्ण छोड़ के दूसरी को विलास स्थल नहीं। तो जिनका मन में कृष्ण चिंता, कृष्ण बिहार छोड़ के नहीं है, वो है वृंदावन। इसलिए बोला कृष्ण का बारे में राधा रानी का उक्ति है, अनेर हृदय मन मोर मन वृंदावन, मने मने एक करी তাহা তোমার পাদোদ্দয় করা যদি উদয় तबे तुम्हारी पूर्ण कृपा मानी। अन्य का हृदय क्या है? ये संकल्प विकल्प भक्त, कभी संकल्प करता है, कभी उसको विकल्प त्याग देते हैं। लेकिन मोर मन है वृंदावन। वृंदावन मतलब यहाँ कृष्ण, और कृष्ण लीला सब छोड़ कर यहाँ कोई नहीं। मोर मन वृंदावन। तो यहाँ ये अल्प समय में ऐसा गुण उनको हुआ जो हर वक्त सब त्याग करके क्या किया? सर्वत त्याग करके यात्रा को लो, महा आनंद देते। सब त्याग करके यात्रा किया। कहाँ यात्रा किया?
तार आगे महाराज एक छूटे गए, एक लाइन तो छूटे गए कि कहिबो अनुराग।
क्या?
अल्प काले हेनो गुण ऐश्वर्य नहीं को मन, सदा चिंते वृंदावन जाइते।
हाँ।
कि कहिबो अनुराग।
हाँ।
करी गोसाई सर्व त्याग।
हाँ।
यात्रा कैला महा आनंद देते।
अच्छा।
एटा छोटे गए कि कहिबो अनुराग।
हाँ। अच्छा। कि कहिबो अनुराग करी गोसाई सर्वत्याग यात्रा करिलो महा आनंद देते। उनका अनुराग के बारे में मैं क्या कहूँ? गोसाई माने जीव गोस्वामी सब त्याग करके यात्रा किया आनंद से। कहाँ यात्रा किया? यात्रा तो किया, कहाँ यात्रा किया? नित्यानंद प्रभु स्थाने शीघ्र गया हर्षमणि जहिया कोरिला दर्शन। कहाँ गया? नित्यानंद प्रभु के पास, गौड़ में आया। वहां जाकर बड़ा ही आनंद से दर्शन किया। क्या दर्शन किया? धाम दर्शन। नित्यानंद प्रभु का अनुगत्य में नवद्वीप धाम दर्शन किया। नवद्वीप नूतन आइलैंड नहीं है, न्यू आइलैंड नहीं है। नवद्वीप है नॉइंस आइलैंड। ये सब दर्शन किया। जैया कोरिला दर्शन नेत्रे अश्रुयुक्त हইয়া धरणीते लुटाइया बंदिलेन जुगल चरण। नेत्र में आंसू बहने लगे और मिट्टी में लोटपोट करने लगे और उनका 2 चरण वंदना किया। इनको नित्यानंद प्रभु दोनों चरण वंदना किया। नित्यानंद प्रभु प्रीते निज पद तार माथे धरिलेन परम आनंद। इनका प्रति अत्यंत स्नेह युक्त होकर प्रीति का साथ अपना दोनों चरण उनका सिर पर धर दिया। किनका सिर पर? जीव गोस्वामी। और इस देखकर आनंद से 2 भुज धरी तुले सृजीव करिला कोले रूप सनातनेर संबंधे। दोनों हाथ को पकड़कर उनको उठाया। इन्होंने दंडवत के पड़ कर इनको उठाया। किसी लिए? रूप सनातनेर संबंध। रूप सनातन का संबंध युक्त है। संबंध से प्रीति होता है। इसी से जिसलिए ये लोगों का प्रीति, इनका संबंध में जीव गोस्वामी का प्रति ये लोगों का प्रीति, इसलिए उल्लेख किया। संबंध बगैर प्रीति होता नहीं। ये जड़ संबंध से जड़ वस्तु में प्रीति और आत्म संबंध में आत्म वस्तु का प्रीति एक, सबका प्रीति एक नहीं। शरीर संबंधी प्रीति, मनो संबंधी प्रीति, आत्मा संबंधी प्रीति, तीन अलग।
आप यमुनाचार्य का उदाहरण देते हैं।
हाँ?
यमुनाचार्य का उदाहरण देते हैं।
हाँ, वही तो जैसा जैसा करेगा उसमें ये होता है। ये सब आप बोल देना, उसको मैं नहीं बोलूंगा। इसको जो आप लोगों को सुनाया पहले वो मैं दोबारा नहीं बोलूंगा। पशु को भी संबंध में प्रीति है, अपना बच्चा को प्रति प्रीति। शेर का भी, शेरनी अत्यंत गुस्सादार, लेकिन अपना बच्चा उनको केसर को खींचता है, उससे उत्साह करते हैं, संबंध है। लेकिन अन्य के लिए उग्र, इसलिए बोला उग्रो भी अनुग्रह सपताना निकेश्वरी केसरी वो सब पुताना अन्न सा उग्र विक्रम। और गोसाई, गोसाई माने कौन? जीव गोस्वामी आनंद मन में दीनता का साथ बार बार उनसे प्रार्थना करने लगा, आज्ञा दे हो जाई वृंदावन, आप आज्ञा करो मैं वृंदावन जाऊं। उनका आज्ञा होने से ही वृंदावन दर्शन होता है। इसलिए बोला आर कबे निकाई कांदे करुणा होइबे, संसार बासना मोर कबे तुच्छ हबे, विषय छाड़िया कवि शुद्ध हबे मन, कबे हम हे रघु श्री वृंदावन। तो गोसाई आनंद मन में दृढ़ता का साथ पुनः पुनः आज्ञा मांगने लगा कि आप मुझे वृंदावन जाने के लिए आज्ञा कीजिए, आदेश कीजिए, नहीं तो वृंदावन जाएगा नहीं। नित्यानंद का कृपा बगैर और वृंदावन दर्शन होगा नहीं। इसलिए बोला आर कबे निताई चांदे करुणा होइबे, संसार बासना मोर कबे तुच्छ हबे, विषय छाड़िया कबे शुद्ध हबे मन, कबे हम हे रघु श्री वृंदावन। मैं कब वृंदावन दर्शन करूंगा? वृंदावन जाने से ही वृंदावन दर्शन होता नहीं, ऐसे ही नहीं होता है। सुने नित्यानंद राय श्रीजीवेर पाने चाहे, प्रेम जले भरिल नयन। ये बात सुनते ही नित्यानंद प्रभु श्री जीव का तरफ बार बार निगाह देने लगा। आज प्रेम जल में आंखों से जो प्रेम जल आया, इसमें एक नयन भर गया। पुनः नित्यानंद राय सौरी चैतन्य नाम कहेवती मधुर बचन, तुम्हार वंशे से स्थान दिया से यही सुनो शीघ्र तुम जाओ वृंदावन। ये तुम्हारा वंश को वृंदावन में स्थान दिया, ये प्रभु प्रदत्त स्थान। जैसे उनको बोला था जगदानंद, जब बार बार प्रभु जबरदस्ती आपको आलिंगन करते हैं, आपका जो खुजली है उसमें पेट निकालता है और आपको आलिंगन करते हैं, इसीलिए आपका भय हुआ कि मेरा अपराध हो रहा है। तो इसलिए बोला यदि इतना ही भय है और मना करने से भी महाप्रभु सुनता नहीं तो मैं क्या करूं? पंडित हमें उपाय बताओ। तो बोलता है वृंदावन तुम्हारा प्रभुदत्त स्थान, प्रभु ने तुमको तुम्हारा वंशों को वृंदावन में स्थान दिया। नित्यानंद प्रभु को भी आनंद में चैतन्य देव का स्मरण करके उन्होंने बड़ा मीठी शब्द से उनको बोला तुम्हार वंश से स्थान दिया थे नहीं सुनो, शीघ्र तुम ही जाओ वृंदावन, तुम जल्दी वृंदावन जाओ। नित्यानंदे आज्ञा पाइया चले महा सुखी हुआ की कहिब जैसन गमन। नित्यानंद प्रभु को आज्ञा मिलने से उन्होंने वृंदावन शीघ्र यात्रा किया। कैसे किया मैं इसका बारे में क्या कहूं? कैसे गमन किया? श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य बड़ी कहू डाके भुज तुली, कहू डाके रूप सनातन, चिंते मने अनुक्षण कबे যাব বৃন্দাবন, कबे रसा गोविंद देखिब। कृष्णा चैतन्य बोल के कभी हाथ ऊंचा करके पुकारते हैं, कभी लोग सनातन को नाम लेके पुकारते हैं। आप चित्त में निरंतर एक क्षण के लिए भी दूसरी चिंता कुछ है नहीं। क्या चिंता? मैं कब वृंदावन जाऊंगा, कब राधा गोविंद को दर्शन करूंगा। राधा गोविंद है रूप गोस्वामी के आराध्य वस्तु, इनको कब दर्शन करेंगे? पहले रूप गोस्वामी को दर्शन, बाद में उनको आराध्य दर्शन। पहले आराध्य देव का दर्शन होता नहीं। इसलिए जब गौड़ियों वैष्णव जगन्नाथपुरी गया तो जगन्नाथ सिंहद्वार से होकर गंभीरा गया, लेकिन लोग सब सवाल किया कि जगन्नाथ दर्शन करके नहीं गया, पहले ही चला गया वहां। बोलता है ये अनुराग का नुकसान है, अनुराग का यही नुकसान है। उनका अनुगत्य में जाएंगे जगन्नाथ दर्शन में, इसलिए उस वक्त गया। বাদ দিব না, এত কথা বলতে হবে। যাক বলো।
কিছু কিছু ভক্ত বলছে কালকে সাতটা থেকে কথা করলে ভালো হবে।
হ্যাঁ,
কথাটা 7টা থেকে করলে ভালো হয়।
আচ্ছা
এদের একটু যেতে সবাইকে দেরি হয়।
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, সাথেই করে দেবো।
ঠিক
আমাদের তো কোনো কাজ নেই।
ঠিক।
7 o'clock tomorrow. You want to use this one?
We requested Srila Maharaj to that if it is possible, he can start speaking Hari Katha by 7 o'clock from tomorrow. And Srila Maharaj said, yes, that's good for me also, so we can do by 7 o'clock. So from tomorrow, Srila Maharaj will be speaking by 7 o'clock. Hare Krishna.
If you turn off that speaker, it won't make that humming noise. If you unplug that speaker, turn it off. Oh, that's good. So noisy.
So today, Srila Maharaj started speaking Sri Jiva Goswami Shochak. Today again Srila Maharaj mentioned that what is the meaning of Shochak. In this material world, people, when they feel so much pain,
something has to touch. Go on.
so Srila Maharaj, he mentioned that how people of this material world, when they feel pain or suffer for something, cry, lament, their lamentation and the lamentation of devotees for something transcendental is completely different. So when somebody is praying at the lotus feet of a pure Vaishnava, then even though his words may also seem that oh, he is lamenting for something, but still that is transcendental, and that is something which can bring even auspiciousness for those who hear about it. So in this way, Srila Maharaj started Srila Jiva Goswami Shochak. Are Mor Jivan Dhan Anupamir Nandan Shri Jiva Gosai Daya Mai. The very first thing he mentions that Are Mor Jivan Dhan, that O Srila Jiva Goswami Pad, you are my life, as well as you are my wealth. If I am unable to see, I am unable to have your darshan, then how can I keep my life? Externally, I may have life, but in your absence, I feel I am having no life. Even though I am having everything of this material world, I am having so much wealth, but in your absence, I feel that I am having no wealth at all. This is my condition. Anupamir Nandan. What is your identity? That you are the son of that personality who is the younger brother of Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami. Means you are the son of Anupam. Shri Jiva Gosai Daya Mai. O Srila Jiva Goswami, you are very, very merciful. At this point, Srila Maharaj started mentioning about the word Gosai, Goswami. Srila Maharaj mentioned the verse from Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, Vacho Vegam, Mansa Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udar Upast Vegam. A person who is able to control all his urges, he is known as Goswami. Go means senses and Swami means the master or controller of it. That's why those person who are able to control the six urges, in reality they are the one who are known as Goswamis. Srila Maharaj mentioned only today Vacho Vegam, he mentioned about Jiva Vegam only. That Vacho Vegam and Jiva Vegam, even though it seems almost very close, Vacho means the urge of speaking, and Jiva Vegam, one speaks also with tongue. That's why Jiva Vegam. But he differentiated Vacho Vegam means when one is unable to control his tongue. Srila Maharaj mostly uses one word, that I don't have prasav pida. Means sometime, like many times actually it happened that sometime devotees used to tell him that, oh Maharaj, you are speaking every day. We are here for some days, can say like he is at some place where he is speaking for 2 months, and then somebody comes in between who feels that he wants to speak Katha. And then Srila Maharaj mentions, that person comes and approaches Maharaj, can I speak for 2 days? Then Srila Maharaj mentions, yes, very nice, you can speak. I don't have prasav pida for speaking. Prasav pida means labor pain, that I cannot resist without it. I can stay very happily without speaking. I can hear you. You can speak. And then other time Maharaj also mentions that, can say like he sees that any of his sevak, if they see someone's fault and immediately start speaking that, oh, this person is having this fault, and then Srila Maharaj mentions that why you are having prasav pida to correct that person, why you are having labor pain to correct that person. Are you qualified to do that? No. So that's why Maharaj again and again uses this word. Even in the letter, one of the letter he gave to Chaitanya Gaudiya Math Authority, that there also he mentioned this word, that I was not having prasav pida to initiate devotees. I was not having this labor pain that I wanted to give initiation. If I can stay without giving initiation for throughout my life, so this was not the time when I was only having strong desire to go for it. But for the service of my Guru Maharaj, for the service of Sampradaya, I was bound, I was forced to do this. So in this way he uses this word again and again, that even though you may see many things, but it is not that you have to always react for it or you have to speak it out. Try to understand where you are actually in reality allowed to speak, where you are not allowed to speak. Where people don't even give value to your words, then why you have to speak over there anyway? So in this way, Srila Maharaj mentioned a person who is having full control on his speech. That person is known as Goswami. And on the other side, Srila Maharaj mentioned Jivva Vegam. What does it mean? আপনি আজকে জিহ্বা বেগের দুইটা বলেছেন, সেইটা বলছেন। So then Srila Maharaj mentioned Jivva Begam means if somebody is having very strong urge to eat always palatable food, and he does not mind to go anywhere and everywhere just for the sake of his tongue, for the satisfaction of his tongue. So Srila Maharaj again mentions this also through his own personal experience, that one time my Guru Maharaj, he sent me to Shri Navadvip Dham, from Kolkata to Shri Navadvip Dham, just on the day of Narsingha Chaturdashi. That, oh, in the morning he mentioned that I am having a strong desire that somebody can go to Narsingha Palli and then offer kheer to Lord Jagannath and then bring it back also on the same day, so that sorry. So offer to Lord Nrsingadev and bring back the prasadam, kheer prasadam, so that we can do paran next day early in the morning. Then, even though Srila Madhav Goswami Maharaj asked another disciple, then that disciple answered that, oh Gurudev, if you would have told me earlier, then I would have immediately gone. But now I think it's late, it's difficult. Go get all the ingredients, cook and then bring back. But then Srila Maharaj immediately mentioned, I can go, it's not such a big problem. Then Maharaj left, and in the evening when he came, it was late. Then the prasadam was not being kept for him, this Ekadashi prasadam on Narsingha Chaturdashi, by the devotees. They forgot or whatsoever it happened. Then there was another devotee who was with Maharaj. He became very angry with a person who did not kept prashadam, forgot. And then Srila Maharaj, he immediately rushed toward his room, and then did not even spoke anything about prashadam, kept or not kept, this and that. And then Srila Maharaj mentioned that when this devotee came, he mentioned that, oh, I am really sorry, I forgot to keep your prashadam. Then Srila Maharaj said, oh, I immediately answered externally that, oh, I was not even feeling hungry. It is good, by your mercy I am able to fast completely. So I saw it as like favorable, that okay, he did that. Afterwards, Srila Maharaj, he mentions us in front of us, not, he didn't told that devotee, but he tells us that that thing which will only help me for 3 hours, 4 hours. After that, again I will feel hungry, definitely. So why I should have any kind of complaint for that? Just for that thing which is going to stay with me only 3 or 4 hours, for that, why I have to have any argument with that same devotee with whom I have to live throughout the life? Just for that. So in this way, Srila Maharaj mentions a person who is having any kind of difference for such kind of things, he is not really intelligent. And then he quoted Jivar iti uti dhai. Jivar lalase jai iti uti dhai. That Srila Maharaj just mentioned this one. Shishno Daruparayan Krishna nahi pai. A person who is going here and there, wasting so much time just for this, then what happens by this Jivar lalase jai uti uti dhai? Because he is having so much greed only for eating, and he goes here and there, wastes so much time. Shishno Daruparayan. Then what happens by the result of that? He is being controlled by the urge of he wants to have he gets attraction for the opposite sex. Shishno Daruparayan. He is bound to go in that direction because of the result of forcing oneself or fulfilling one's desire of tongue all the time. Shishno Daruparayan Krishna nahi pai. He becomes like that. So these two things Srila Maharaj mentioned about this first. And then he mentioned one time he was traveling somewhere by train from Delhi to Puri or Kolkata somewhere, and one devotee gave him 100 rupees. That, oh, Maharaj, please, you can just buy whatever you want on the way. And then the devotee who was traveling with him, he asked him that, oh Maharaj, this devotee gave money for fruits, na? We can buy anything? Maharaj said, yes, yes. And in Allahabad, there were guavas, which were very good. And then this devotee said, oh, we can buy? Maharaj said, yes, buy. Then he bought so many guavas with 100 rupees. And then Srila Maharaj, because on Ekadashi day, he used to fast Nirjala. For many years, can say 50 years, he was always fasting on Ekadashi, Nirjala Ekadashi. So then he never used to take, and this devotee is asking that, oh Maharaj, I know that you will not take, so can I take some of it? Because Maharaj didn't ask him take, he wanted to buy, then Maharaj said, yes, buy. So then he said, Maharaj, I can take. Reluctantly he was asking, and then Maharaj said, yes, you can take. Then he ate 1, 2, 3, 4, eating more. And then again, he was feeling shy, I am eating more. Then he asked Maharaj, I can eat more, no problem. Then Maharaj again said, yes, yes, no problem. As many as you want, you can just eat it. No problem. But afterward, next day when they reached in Puri, what happened? That he was having complaint for his stomach. And then he mentioned that, oh, I went to the doctor, I was having this and this problem, that problem. And doctor mentioned that, oh, why you ate so much? And then Srila Maharaj also asked him that, oh, you really ate more than you were able to? Then he said, yes, Maharaj, I liked those guavas so much, that's why I ate so many. So in this way, Srila Maharaj mentioned that for some people, it is difficult just by seeing that, oh, something is very good. They think that, oh, we cannot control ourselves, that's why we can eat as much as we want. But still, Srila Maharaj mentions that always be careful that, see, how much capacity you got. for any kind of act. Like sometimes Srila Maharaj mentioned to, if you want to control somebody, if you want to say something to somebody, if you want to initiate devotees, then you have to, nobody is going to say don't do that. You can go for it. But what you have to do, you have to check yourself that you are able to digest whatever will come along with it or not. You may get greed to have accumulate more and more and use it for your own sense enjoyment because you like it. But at the same time, you have to be careful that you will be able to digest it or not. Otherwise, you have to feel pain. Pain will come to your stomach or in whatever way. So in this way, Srila Maharaj mentioned that what one has to do, one has to always check one's own yogyata, qualification, that how much he can digest. So a person who is very careful, who knows how much he can have, and then he understands his own adhikar, according to that he accepts, that person is known as Gosai, nobody else. Then Srila Maharaj mentioned Goswami Naam Dhari Nahi. Srila Jiva Goswami was not such a kind of Goswami who just took this name. It's not caste Goswami. It's not that, okay, because he was little scholarly and everybody started calling him and he also accepted. No. But he was having full control on all these urges. That's why he is known as Goswami, not otherwise. Ati sucharitra jar, shuni lage chamatkar, param pandit mahashay. Ati sucharitra jar, whose conduct was very pure throughout his life. Shuni lage chamatkar. If one really goes deep into his conduct, hear about it from the proper source, then what will happen? That person will be becoming more and more, he will be astonishing. Like in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is mentioned that if you hear more and more about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that, what is that? In Chaitanya Charitamrita,
If you apply your mind to the logic of Lord Chaitanya.
so whatever it is mentioned also in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that if you hear, so if you hear more and more about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as much as you will hear, you will become more and more astonished. It is like that about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, about Srila Jiva Goswami, about all these devotees. Param Pandit Mahashay, Srila Jiva Goswami Pad, he manifested that how he was a great scholar, Pandit. Even though generally it is been translated, Pandit means scholar. But Srila Maharaj, he always gives 2 or 3 different explanations from the Shastras. One explanation he gives, that who is known as Pandit. Today also Srila Maharaj mentioned too, that Pandit means who is having, who knows really the purport of Vedas and the deep meaning of all the Shastras. And he is able to practically apply it in his life. Then and only then he is known as Pandit, not otherwise. He gives example of Shanda and Amarka so many times, that Shanda and Amarka, they were well versed in Vedas. But still, by Prahlad Maharaj, they were not been accepted as Pandit. Prahlad Maharaj mentioned, Nate vidu swarth gatimi Vishnu. They themselves don't know what is the real purpose of one's life, what is the real goal of one's life. How I can call them Pandit? Even though they know all the verses, they know everything, but still they are not Pandit. And then second meaning Srila Maharaj gives, Pandita moksha bad vid. A person who knows that by which act he will be getting more and more entangled into this material world, and by which particular act he will be able to come out from the cycle of birth and death and all the attachments of this material world. Who knows very well that what act will produce what kind of result. That person is known as Pandit. And the third thing Srila Maharaj mentions from Bhagavad Gita, Pandita Samdarshina. A person who knows in reality that each and every living entity does not matter because of their own karma, whatever kind of body they have attained, but still they are part and parcel of Lord. Who knows this very well and acts accordingly, he is known as Pandit, nobody else. Grihe thaki anukshan, Krishna katha alapan, tilar dekh nahi jaye vritha. When Srila Jiva Goswami Pada, he was residing in his home, even at that time, Grihe thaki anukshan, each and every moment he used to Krishna katha alapan, he used to pass his time in speaking and hearing about the Lord. Nothing else. Tilar dekh nahi jaye vritha. Even a single moment, a fraction of time was not passing without that. He was always engaged only in that. Like Srila Maharaj mentioned, whose time goes in vain? A person who passes his time into those kind of talks or those kind of formalities, he wastes his time in those kind of formality which is having nothing to do with the bhakti. Then Srila Maharaj quoted Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, Vritha kal jai vyahavar doshe. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is mentioning that, what I am saying, that prior to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance in this world, most of the people, they are always engaged only in those kind of formalities which is having something to do with the society only. Nothing else. They are always busy in that. Then Srila Maharaj mentioned that there are different kind of considerations. That if you have to mix with somebody, even speaking externally something which is having no relation with bhakti, but still if the intention is there in the heart for bhakti, then and only then it is justified. Otherwise it will come under the category of wasting your time. अत्यंत उदार चरित्र, अत्यंत उदार चित्त, प्रेमे ते सतत मत, क्षणिक न सुन्ने अन्य कथा. अत्यंत उदार चित्त, the chitta, the consciousness of Srila Jiva Goswami was udar. Srila Maharaj mentioned what is the meaning of udar. Udar means the meaning which Srila Maharaj gave today, even though Srimad Bhagavatam also mentions udaradhi tivrena bhakti yogena. In this verse he mentions that akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradhi. Udaradhi means a person who is really intelligent, whose intelligence is very, very broad. But Srila Maharaj, he mentioned that a person who does not have any kind of hesitation, any kind of reluctance, he does not feel shy that, if I am not doing any worldly thing, or if I am not mixing with people only for some kind of entertainment, then they will call me that he is foolish, he does not know how to behave properly, even he is always only Krishna, Krishna, nothing else. He just wants to get engaged in that. So a person who is having no reluctance, no hesitation, and does not feel shy in performing all the activities which are related with bhakti, that person is known as udaradhi. Means he does not really care for worldly people, that what they think. He always gets engaged into the activities of bhakti. Like it has been mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Srila Maharaj mentions this verse also, that Yanisha Sarva Bhuta Nam Tasyam Jagrati Sanyami. A person who is always awake for those particular activities which are related with the soul, only that person is known as Udaradhi, not anybody else. Atyanta Udar Chitta. So Srila Jiva Goswami's consciousness was very, very high. Udar, he was having no reluctance. Premete satat mat, and he was always matta. Matta means intoxicated. Premete satat mat, he was always intoxicated in prema. Then Srila Maharaj at this place gave the meaning of prem. What is the meaning of prema? Atmendriya priti vancha tare bali kam, Krishnendriya priti vancha dhare prem nam. Atmendriya priti vancha. When a person is having desire to enjoy For himself, for his own sense enjoyment, he performs many things. Atmendri Priti Vancha, Tare Bale Kam. When he is having attachment for this, then his activities come under the category of Kam. Kam means lust. It comes under the category of lust. Krishnendri Priti Vancha Dhare Prem Nam. But when a person's activities, his mind, his body, his word, everything is directed toward the service of Krishna, Krishnendri Priti Vancha, for the pleasure of the senses of Krishna, then and only then it is considered that this person has developed love. He is having love in his heart. So Srila Jiva Goswami, from his childhood, by the mercy, by the association of Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and his father Anupam, who was also a devotee, by their association, his mind was always toward, always having desire to give pleasure to the senses of Krishna, nothing else. That's why Premete Satat Mat, continuously, he was day after day after day, he was always intoxicated in that. Shanek Nashune Anye Katha, he was never ever hearing any other talk except Krishna Bhakti. Here also Srila Maharaj mentioned what is the meaning of Anya Katha, that he was not hearing anything else. What does it mean? It means Gramya Varta. He was not hearing, he was not speaking any Gramya Varta, Gramya Katha. What is the meaning of Gramya Katha? Srila Maharaj, that also he mentioned in very simple way, Istri Purush Ka Sambandh. Those topics which are related about the relationship of man and woman, it comes under the category of Gramya Varta. So Srila Jiva Goswami Pad never ever spoke or never ever heard, never thought about anything like that. That's why it has been mentioned about him that Shanek Nasune Anya Katha. Not even for a single moment he was hearing anything like that, speaking like that. Alp Kale Heno Gun Aishwarye Nahik Man Sada Chitte Vrindavan, Sada Chinte Vrindavan Jaite. Alp Kale Heno Gun. Even in his very early age, when he was very young, this kind of consciousness he developed. This kind of qualities came in him. Aishwarya Nahik Man. Even though Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, prior to going to Vrindavan, he left so much wealth for his family members. Jiva Goswami was also one of them. But still Srila Jiva Goswami Pad, because they were Prime Minister, Sanatana Goswami Pad was Prime Minister and Srila Rupa Goswami Pad was Finance Minister. And they were having so much wealth. They left so much wealth in their home also. But still Srila Jiva Goswami Pad, from his very childhood, he was having no attraction at all for that. Aishwarya Nahik Man, Sada Chinte Vrindavan Jaite. He was always thinking that when the time will come, when I will be able to proceed toward Vrindavan. Here, Srila Maharaj gave the meaning of Vrindavan. That what is the meaning of Vrindavan? Then Srila Maharaj mentioned the verse spoken by Srimati Radhika. He mentioned even though these are the words of Radhika, but in those words she is really mentioning what is the meaning of Vrindavan. That she is saying that Anir Hriday Man, Mor Man Vrindavan, Mane Mane Ek Kori Jani, Taha Tomar Pad Dwai, Karaho Yadi Uday, Tabe Tomar Purna Kripa Mani. Srimati Radhika is saying, Anir Hriday Man. For other people, means except me or except those devotees who are fully dedicated to Krishna, except them, Anir Hriday Man. Their heart and their mind is same. Means whatever comes in their mind, they think that it is coming from their heart. That's why the activity, the action of mind is called Sankalp and Vikalp. Accepting some things, rejecting some things. Today liking something and accepting, and next day the same thing, rejecting and don't want and want anything else. So the function of man is always acceptance and rejectance. But Srimati Radhika is saying this is the condition of all other people. But about me, what I can say, more Manu Vrindavan, my mind is Vrindavan. Then Srila Maharaj mentioned, what does it mean? That means a place where there is no acceptance and reactance. There is only one thing. What is that? That always desiring for the pleasure of Krishna. Always working for the pleasure of Krishna's senses. That particular place where nobody, Srila Maharaj mentioned Vrindavan means that place where each and every person, what they think, that how to please Krishna. That is the place where nobody thinks at all for their own pleasure. In their each and every activity, the pleasure of Krishna is there. Does not matter how externally it may look like, but still they are always busy, engaged in working in such a way that it can give pleasure to the senses of Krishna. So in this way, Srila Maharaj gave the meaning of Vrindavan, that just by going in Vrindavan, physically, don't think that you are reached in Vrindavan. Unless and until this particular quality manifests in your heart, that I don't want to engage myself, don't want to waste my time for doing something for the enjoyment of my senses. I really want to get fully engaged for the pleasure of Krishna's senses. Then and only then you consider that okay, you are trying to enter into Vrindavan, not otherwise. Alpakale heno gun aishwarya nahik man sada chinte Vrindavan jaite. He is always thinking that how I can go to Vrindavan. Somebody has to tell me the time so I can stop, because Maharaj spoke so many things. 10 more minutes I can speak.
Yeah, more.
Ki kahibo anurag. Ki kahibo anurag kari gosai sarv tyag yatra kaila maha anand dete. The time came in the life of Srila Jiva Goswami Pad. Ki kahibo anurag. He was having so much anurag, deep attachment for Vrindavan, that he was unable to stay anymore, and Kari Gosai Sarvatyag. He, even though when he was living in his home, each and everything was there for his enjoyment, but he never used that. But now the time has come, even externally he gave up everything, and without taking anything with him, he started moving toward Yatra Kaila Maha Anandete. He was feeling so much great bliss in his heart and started walking toward Shri Navadvip Dham. Nityananda Prabhu Sthane Shigra Gela Harsh Mane. Feeling so much bliss, so much happiness in his heart, walked very, very fast from his place to Shri Navadvip Dham, Nityananda Prabhu Sthane. Why he came to Shri Navadvip Dham? Because he heard that Shri Nityananda Prabhu is there, still in Shri Navadvip Dham. As soon as he heard this, he immediately rushed for that place. Jaya Karila Darshan. And then he came at the lotus feet of Shri Nityananda Prabhu, had his darshan. Netre ashru yukta hayya, dharanite lotaiya, vandilen yugal charan. As soon as he saw Shri Nityananda Prabhu, to whom he wanted to meet from long time, he was unable to control on himself. Tears started flowing from his eyes. He paid his pranam at the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu, started rolling on the ground by calling out his name, Nityananda, Nityananda, Vandilen Yugal Charan. And so many prayers manifested from his mouth in glorification of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu Prite Nij Pad Tar Mate Dhari Len Param Anande. Shri Nityananda Prabhu also, out of so much affection for Srila Jiva Goswami Pad, he kept his lotus feet on the head of Srila Jiva Goswami Pad. Dharilen param anande. And he also gave his lotus feet and dust of his lotus feet with great bliss, great pleasure. Dui bhuj dhari tole, Shri Jive karila kole. He took Srila Jiva Goswami Pad from the ground with his both arms, asked him to get up, and then he took Srila Jiva Goswami Pad in his own lap,
Left? It's left.
on his lap. Shri Jive karila kole, Roop Sanataner Sambande. Why Srila Nityananda Prabhu? He also showed so much love for Srila Jiva Goswami Pad. One special word came here, Roop Sanataner Sambande, because he was having relationship with Srila Rupa Goswami, with Srila Sanatana Goswami. For this reason, Srila Maharaj mentioned that without sambandha, without having this proper understanding that, oh, who is he, to whom he belongs, unless and until one knows relationship or one's identity, proper identity, love does not manifest in the heart. Affection does not come in the heart. Like Srila Maharaj mentions, he mentioned that in this material world also it happens, and in the transcendental world also it happens. In the material world, can say like you never saw the son of your brother for many years. You saw him when he was 2-year-old, and now he comes in front of you when he is 22-year-old. So you are unable to recognize him. But as soon as you hear that, oh, he is my brother's son, then love, affection manifests in your heart. Not before that. Why? Because you see 100,000 of people, but unless and until you realize some relationship with that person, then affection does not manifest. So in this way, Srila Maharaj mentioned, but to speak of human beings, even dogs, even cows, they are also having affection. If a cow sees any other animal dying, she does not feel anything. But as soon as she sees that some other cow is dying, then she starts crying. Crow, also same thing, that any other bird is dying, dead in front of them, no, they don't care. But as soon as they will see any crow somewhere, like fell down even on the ground, unable to get up, then they will start calling out all other crows also, and they will get together, so many of them. Why? Because they feel relationship over there. So in this way, unless and until sambandha manifests in someone's heart, one does not feel any affection. Srila Maharaj gives so many examples that why. Like I was asking Srila Maharaj, you give example of Yamunacharya, this person, that person. So he replied that, oh, those things which you people have heard, you can just repeat when you will translate. So Srila Maharaj mentions about Yamunacharya, that he was having a desire by seeing Srila Ramanujacharya. He developed a desire in his heart that, oh, if this person can come in Vaishnavism, he becomes Vaishnava, then he will be able to serve a lot. Because he desired this, that's why Lord is having sambandha with Yamunacharya. He fulfilled his desire. He made Ramanujacharya to come into this Vaishnava line because Yamunacharya desired this, who is his devotee. So the relationship is there in between Yamunacharya and the Lord, because they are having this relationship. And then Srila Maharaj mentions other thing about Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, that he himself is praying to Giriraj Govardhan, and he is saying Nija Nikat Nivasam Dehi Govardhanam Tvam. He prays in so many verses, but at the end what he says, that, oh Giriraj, even though I am having no quality, you will not accept me, I know that, but there is one special quality which I am having, for which you cannot deny accepting me. You will definitely accept me. And what is that? Kya line hai wali? Your dearmost Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has offered me at your lotus feet. Nirupadi Karunena Sri Shachinandanena Tvai Kapati Shatopi Tvat Priyenar Pitosmi. That even though I am kapti, I am duplicitous person, I am this, I am that, but still you will definitely accept me. Why? because I am being offered at your lotus feet by your dearmost personality, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Sachi Sutra. So in this way, Srila Maharaj mentioned, because of Sambandha, what happens, one can claim and the other person also in his heart manifests some affection because of Sambandha, not without that.
বন্ধ করবো বন্ধ করবো আপনি বসতে পারছেন না
না না বন্ধ করবে না, এই জন্য টাইম হয়ে গেল লোকে।
আছে 5-7 মিনিট আছে, আমি আগে জিজ্ঞাসা করে নিলাম। আপনি ঠিক মতো বসে আছেন?
হ্যাঁ, আমি
না না একবারে আগে বসে
না না, এটা মশাই কামড়ে, মশার জন্য।
So in this way, गोसाई आनंद मन धन्य करे पुनः पुनः आज्ञा देहो जाई वृंदावन. गोसाई आनंद मन, Srila Jiva Goswami, by receiving the affection of Srila Nityanand Prabhu in such a way, he also, his heart melted. He was feeling, he felt great bliss. Danya kare puna puna, and then with real danya means humility, humbleness, humility, he was praying at the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, Agya Deho Jai Vrindavane, that I can, please give me this permission that I can go to Vrindavan. So at this place, Srila Maharaj started mentioning that this song written by Srila Narottam Das Thakur, in which he mentions that आर कबे निताई चांदेर करुणा हाइबे संसार वासना मोर कबे तुच्छ हबे. Unless and until one receives, attains the mercy of Lord Nityananda, one cannot enter into Vrindavan. Why? Again Srila Maharaj mentioned, आर कबे निताई चांदेर करुणा हाइबे संसार वासना मोर कबे तुच्छ हबे. One's desire to enjoy this material world can get away from one's heart only when he really attains the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. By the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, by coming in his contact, by serving him, by acting in such a way that the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu can come to you, trying to become the recipient of Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, then what will happen? That all these anarthas can go away from the heart. आर कबे निताई चांदेर करुणा हाइबे संसार वासना मोर कबे तुच्छ हबे. After that, विषय छाड़िया कबे शुद्ध हबे मन. Then and only then it is possible that one's mind, one's consciousness can become pure. विषय छाड़िया कबे शुद्ध हबे मन कबे हम हेराबो श्री वृंदावन. Then and only then one gets this qualification to see Vrindavan, to enter into Vrindavan. And like the meaning of Vrindavan Maharaj gave, means one wants to endeavor only for the pleasure of Krishna's service, nothing else. Shuni Nityananda Rai Shri Jever Pane Chai Prem Jale Bharila Nayan. By hearing these words of Srila Jiva Goswami, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, he continuously gazed at the face of Srila Jiva Goswami Pada, and so much love manifested in his heart that he is asking for such a special thing, he is asking for real thing. In this way, Prem Jale Bharila Nayan, the eyes of Sri Nityananda Prabhu also filled with Prem Ashru, those kind of tears which comes out of love from one's eyes. So this was about Nityananda Prabhu. Puna Nityananda Ram Samari Chaitanya Nam Kahe Ati Madhur Vachan. Once on one side, Shri Nityananda Prabhu, he was hearing the words of Jiva Goswami that he is asking permission to go to Vrindavan. In his mind, he is remembering Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the words of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, remembering Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then by the inspiration which is given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he mentioned to him with very sweet words, Tomar Vamshi Se Sthan, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself awarded this Vrindavan Dham for all your family members. Vamshi means in your line, dynasty, whatever. So তোমার বংশে সেই স্থান দিয়াছেন এই শুনো শীঘ্র তুমি যাও বৃন্দাবন whatever you are desiring immediately rush for it go there why because that place is given to you to your dynasty by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself नित्यानंदेर आज्ञा पाइया चले महासुखी हैया की कहिबो जयचन गमन as soon as Srila Raghunath Srila Jiva Goswami he attained the order of Nityanand Prabhu he immediately rushed for Vrindavan chale mahasukhi hoya feeling great happiness in his heart ki kahibo jaychan gaman what can I speak about his pleasure about his actions the way he was walking felt like he is dancing the way he was rushing felt like he met with he attained a greatest wealth in his hand that kind of activities were visible in Srila Jiva Goswami's physical body so in this way Srila Jiva Goswami Pad he rushed toward Vrindavan Shri Krishna Chaitanya Bali Kabu Dake Bhuj Tuli Kabu Dake Roop Sanatan on the way he was chanting the name of loudly he was chanting sometimes Shri Krishna Chaitanya sometimes he was raising his hands and calling out the name of Roop Sanatan Chinte mane anukshan kabe jabo Vrindavan kabe Radha Govind dekhibo and he is having only one thing in his mind again and again and again which is coming that kabe jabo Vrindavan when I will reach in Vrindavan when I will be having darshan of Rupa Goswami when I will be having darshan of Radha Govinda at this place Srila Maharaj again started mentioning that first he is praying for the darshan of Srila Rupa Goswami Pada then he is asking that oh when I will be having darshan of Radha Govinda why because Radha Govinda Dev is Aradhya Dev of Srila Rupa Goswami Pada Srila Rupa Goswami is devotee and Srila Govinda Dev is Lord so unless and until one attains darshan of the devotee it is not possible that he can have darshan of Aradhya Deva Lord really gives his darshan when somebody approaches him under the guidance of a devotee then and only then not otherwise Srila Maharaj he gives one example that in one song which was being sang by Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj in Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math the time when Srila Madhav Goswami Maharaj he arranged for a festival for the deities in Sridham Mayapur deity inauguration day Srila Maharaj mentions again and again that how Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj he took a very big jump in his hand Maharaj mentioned jump I don't know what you call it like big kartal he took a very big wampers so he took in his hand and then he himself was playing with great jubilation and he was singing one kirtan because the deity's name Srila Madhav Goswami Maharaj gave here was Madan Mohan so that's why he was singing the kirtan that Hari Bolbo or Madan Mohan Heri Bogo Hari Bolbo or Madan Mohan Heri Bogo he was chanting this kirtan very loudly and playing this karta also and then Srila Madhav Goswami Maharaj also Srila Maharaj mentions on that day he also felt so like happy in his heart by seeing his godbrother singing like this he also raised his hands Maharaj said prior to that I never saw him raising hands in kirtan he was dancing and raising both of his hands in the kirtan and then when Maharaj mentions this kirtan he says that the meaning is in one line it has been mentioned Kabe va Shri Krishner Bashi Suni Bogo that when that day will be mine when I will be able to hear the sound of Krishna's flute and when that day will come that when I will become that kind of maid servant of Srimati Radhika that I will be like counted as the one bell in the ankle bell and then Runu Junu Baji Bogo means I will be only singing the glory of Srimati Radhika So in this way, Srila Maharaj mentions this song and gives one special meaning, that a person who really desires that fortunate that day can come when he can hear the flute sound of Krishna, what he has to do? He has to hear the sound of his Guru. He has to hear the sound of his Guru Vargas. Then and only then the path of his ear which goes to the heart, that will become pure. And then he will, once it becomes pure by the words of Guru and Vaishnava, then a person gets this eligibility. That path becomes pure and then Krishna's sound can enter over there, not otherwise. So in this way, Srila Maharaj today also mentioning that how when the devotees from Bengal, they visited Sri Jagannath Puri, what they were doing? Maharaj Pratap Rudra, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, they were standing on the palace, on the rooftop of the palace, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was mentioning one after another to Pratap Rudra Maharaj that, oh, here is Nityanand Prabhu, from you see a person who is little old, to whom Sarup Damodar Goswami is giving garland first, he is Advaitacharya. There you see Haridas Thakur is there. So they were on the rooftop and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was introducing each and every personality to Maharaj Pratap Rudra. And then they saw that all the devotees, they passed the temple of Lord Jagannath on this grand road and they started moving toward Gambhira, the place where Sriman Mahaprabhu used to live. At that time, Maharaj Pratap Rudra, with great astonishment, he started asking that, oh, whoever comes here, they enter into Lord Jagannath temple, they first take darshan, Jagannath darshan, then and only then they go somewhere else. How come? They are passing the temple, they are not even paying any attention on that side and they are just moving forward. At that time, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he mentioned that, oh, this is the symptom of Anurag. They are having so much love, deep attachment for the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that they are not aware of anything else. Even though on the pretext of having darshan of Lord Jagannath, they have come here. But in reality, they have not come for that purpose. They have come here for the darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So once they met with him, once their heart was fully satisfied, then when Mahaprabhu asked them, okay, now go for Jagannath darshan, then and only then they went. So in this way, Srila Maharaj mentioned, first he is praying at the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami, the sevak of Sri Govinda Dev, and then after Radha Govinda. Hare Krishna.
Want to announce again? Maybe Katha 7 o'clock tomorrow.
Again, we just want to inform the devotees that tomorrow Maharaj will be speaking from 7 o'clock, by 7 o'clock. Hare Krishna.